My dear child, you are not reading this by mistake. Heaven has been holding back this message, waiting for the exact moment your heart would be soft enough, open enough, wounded enough to finally see what's been happening in silence. Today is that moment. Listen carefully, this comes wrapped in love but urgent as an alarm. Someone who acted like your friend, a woman who smiled and spoke to you with warmth has been quietly plotting against you. She didn't show it with obvious signs or dark clothes, she used sweetness, flattering words, and the disguise of concern to hide what she planned. God told me to warn you, if you scroll past this now and treat it like any other message, you may never know how close you were to a real danger tonight. Don't ignore this, don't be casual, this matters. She doesn't use obvious weapons. She cooks kind phrases, mixes lies with blessings and plays the victim while sipping from the poison she gave you. Tonight she believed it was time to follow through, but heaven stopped her. Why? Because you opened this message. At this exact second your spirit aligned with heaven's shield and Archangel Michael intervened. He stood with his sword aflame and declared in the courts of heaven, "No, not this one, this soul belongs to God." Hear that truth. The next few minutes you give to this are worth far more than you know. If you leave now, you might miss what could have kept you safe. God says, this woman carries bitterness. She has spoken your secrets. She smiled in rooms where they spoke of you like meat. She visited places to drop your name into darkness. She does not know my beloved. You may feel numb because a part of you already suspected something. Your spirit tried to warn you, but out of love and trust you quieted it. Love without wisdom can destroy. You are not imagining this. You are not paranoid. Your dreams were trying to wake you. That odd heaviness when you think of her, the chill when she walks in, the way blessings stalled after her hugs, these were signs. Heaven gave her a chance to stop but she chose not to. She even went to someone who opens dark doors and was told, "It's done." But heaven laughed because God had other plans. You are still here. You opened this. That opened a door in the spirit and shifted things. Now breathe. Put a hand on your heart and say quietly, God, I receive this, I believe you are protecting me. Let this be more than words, let it be your surrender to rescue. The rest of this is not just warning, it's strategy, your way out, your power restored. Keep reading. If you stop, she may sense the door only half opened and try some other way. Do not let this warning die. Do not let your miracle be delayed again. God told me to say this, the truth is wrapped in fire but inside that fire is gold. God doesn't only point out danger, He destroys it. He is about to do both tonight. Your job is to listen, not to confront. Don't text, don't call, don't expose, don't cry out in public. Stay near these words because every sentence cuts a string she tied around your life. She was obsessed with you. Her envy smelled sweet and her hate carried smiles. But she is being unmasked, not by you but by heaven. When it happens it will shock you but you will be safe because you didn't scroll away, you opened this. This is not a story of blame for loving the wrong person. God sees that you opened up from a place of real heart. He is not angry you loved. He only asks you to let Him handle the rest. No more bargaining with darkness. No more excusing someone who bows their head while cursing your name. Tonight she thought she would win because she read your silence as weakness and your kindness as blindness. But heaven decided her hiding time is over. Michael has drawn his sword. Angels surround your home. The traps set in the spirit have been reversed. Remember every detail. She used your tears to feed herself. She collected your weaknesses like a hunter marks the map. When you shared pain, she celebrated in secret. Her plan was to take your life and wear it like a crown. God saw every fake compliment, every whispered plan. His spirit mourned because you loved her, trusted her, and still part of you wanted to guard her. But you cannot protect someone planning to bury you. God isn't asking you to stop loving, He's asking you to stop fixing what is evil. Tonight the hidden is being exposed. The angelic court has ruled in your favor. Your protection is active. The very strings she pulled are snapping. The scene she planned will collapse before the last move. You were spared because you opened this message at this precise moment. Your reading shifted the tide. Do not confront her. Do not try to reason with someone walking with poison. Do not try to rescue when rescue is what you need. Instead, stay covered, keep your eyes on God and let heaven clear the path. You will see proof soon, a word overheard, a careless confession, a face revealing itself in panic. When that happens, breathe. Everything you once feared will be the very thing that frees you. Heaven is not slow, it is perfect. The ways that looked like defeat were preparation for your elevation. The betrayals were the emptying of space so the right blessings can move in. The delay was protection. You are being preserved for a higher season. When the truth arrives, it will validate your intuition and restore what was stolen. What was meant to hurt will instead be the reason you rise. Stay alert but calm. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep living with quiet faith. Avoid the drama of exposure, let God expose. Let holy hands dismantle the lies. Your role is to remain steady so you can step into what heaven has prepared: peace, clarity, restored favor and protection that no practice of evil can touch. You were never alone in this. Archangel Michael stood, God spoke, and angels moved. Because you opened this, the night's plan failed. Because you listened, your life was spared. Continue to walk in that protection. Keep your heart but give the handling of this matter to heaven. My child, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $100. The closer she came, the clearer her darkness became under the light of your spirit. Now listen. Everything she plotted, every whisper, every secret meeting, every curse she tried to lay on you, it is turning back toward her doorstep. This is not your revenge, this is divine justice. Holy, undeniable justice. You child of heaven will not be swallowed by betrayal. You will not fall in silence. You were born with too much light, too much purpose and the fingerprint of God on your life to be crushed by a heart fueled with bitterness. Let that truth settle in your bones. You will live and she will watch you rise. She will witness more than money or fame. She will see your spirit sit in full clarity, laughter that comes with wisdom, love that comes with discernment, steps that angels cover at every turn. This message is not meant to frighten, it is meant to wake the lion inside you. God is not distant. He is moving now. I, Archangel Michael, have stood behind you through the nights you wanted to surrender. When you asked, "Why do they turn on me?" remember this, your light rattles hidden darkness. Your calling threatens the secret lives of those who trade in envy. That's why she whispered and plotted. That's why she wanted to erase you before the world could see heaven's view of you. But the tables have turned. Heaven is not calling you to fight, it is calling you to trust. Before this message cools, before your phone rings or distractions pull you away, God asks one thing: stay, listen, surrender. Surrender the pain, the confusion, the urge for revenge. Let God finish what He has begun. Surrender with your spirit, not with your mouth. Say quietly, "God, I receive this, I choose the light, I choose protection, I choose rescue." When you do, you are sealed in light. You were never ordinary. From the day you arrived, the spiritual world shifted. Angels leaned in at your birth. You were marked, you were appointed. That's why people who could not carry your purpose misunderstood you. She felt it before you did and she hated it. Her smile hid greed, her closeness hid knives. She watched how heaven answered your prayers in small ways and wanted that power for herself. So she took steps to cut you down. But God watched every fake compliment, every plotted whisper. He mourned when you forgave too easily. He knew you prayed for her. He tried healing through you. But when mercy is refused, darkness expands. She opened a door that only divine intervention could shut. That's why God said enough. He has seen you give second chances, hold your tongue to spare others guilt and smile to keep peace even when you were breaking inside. But this time God is different. The angels are not just comforting you, they are defending you. The sword is drawn. The plans formed against you are being executed and dismantled in heaven's courts. Archangel Michael says, the warnings end, the execution begins. Every plot she wove against your name, your mind, your health, your calling, your future burned. Every pact she made with darkness is void. Every whisper reversed. The enemy's web collapses under heaven's decree. Now you must do one sacred thing: stop apologizing for who you are. Stop shrinking. Stop trying to explain why you sense things others don't. You were not made from leftovers. God breathed prophecy into you. You were shaped to carry mercy like a crown, not to be ashamed of it. Reclaim your throne. Let go of the urge to protect someone who came to bury you. Their closeness only revealed them, it did not prove your weakness. The exposure was necessary. The closer she came, the more obvious her heart became in the light of your spirit. From here, watch how God rearranges everything. People who were distant will be replaced by those aligned with your call. Doors that slammed will open. Blessings that stalled will resume with momentum. The very things taken from you will return, not as simple restitution but with increase. God does not give back what was lost the same way. He multiplies it. Your reputation, your peace, your time, your joy, all restored with interest. The calibration of your life is being corrected by divine hands. You will notice subtle confirmations first, a careless word heard in a room, a text meant for someone else, a voice that reveals too much. Do not rush to confrontation. Let heaven reveal and vindicate. Your part is to stay steady, to breathe, to respond from your new place of authority. The person who plotted will feel exposed. Panic will show where they once wore confidence. Their friends will doubt their loyalty. Their plans will be shown empty because the courts of heaven do not tolerate deceit where a destiny is at stake. This season is finishing what your pain started. The sorrow cleaned out space for joy. The betrayal sharpened your discernment. The silence trained you to hear God's voice above every distraction. You were being prepared, not punished. Remember that when grief returns, it is only a messenger, not a home. Let it pass through you and out. Your heart will heal again, only stronger, only wiser. You will not be the same because you were not meant to remain the same. Transformation is the goal, not the wound. Prepare for elevation. You will be given assignments that match your renewed level. People will begin to look to you for guidance because your road through pain became your credential to lead others out of darkness. Your story will become a light for someone still stumbling. That is your recompense. What tried to silence you will now be the testimony that frees many. Your voice will heal. Your scars will teach. Your rise will be the proof that heaven trades heartbreak for harvest. So stand firm. Keep your prayers steady. Keep your faith focused. Avoid gossip, avoid retaliation, avoid the temptation to justify yourself. Let God do the unveiling. When the truth lands, your reaction will determine the speed of your new season. Choose peace over proof. Choose presence over performance. Choose God's vindication over man's applause. You are not alone in this. Archangel Michael stands at your back. Angels cover your path. Heaven has closed the hand that tried to strike you and opened the door that leads to honor. The woman who planned your fall will watch as God raises you higher than she imagined. But do not celebrate in hatred, celebrate in wonder. Let your victory be a testimony, not a gloat. Let mercy remain your garment, wisdom your crown, and faith your unshakable foundation. This is your moment of reclamation. The exposure is only the beginning of a beautiful, holy restoration. Walk into it steady and watch how heaven delights in your rise. Angels are scattering the plans that were designed to corner you. Now listen carefully, beloved. Because what is breaking loose in the unseen will begin to show in the natural. You will notice small undeniable signs first, a message sent to the wrong person, a voice that confesses too much, a friend who suddenly looks guilty when your name comes up. These are not accidents. These are heaven confirming what it already spoke in the Spirit. When those moments hit, do not be surprised. Do not rush into the noise. Breathe, observe. Let the truth reveal itself without your interference. You are not called to prove anything. Your calling is to walk in the authority God has given you. That means you will no longer waste energy defending your heart to people who never wanted to guard it. It means you will refuse to explain your worth to those who never cared to learn it. It means you will step out of the cycle of apology and into a life that matches the dignity God placed on you the day you were born. And as you step, the very atmosphere that hummed with danger will change. Fear will lose its voice. Confusion will fade. Peace will move in like a steady tide. Expect clarity where there was fog. Doors that were padlocked will open gently as if someone turned a key you did not even know you had. Opportunities you prayed for in small late-night whispers will show up in ways that feel effortless. People who were meant to leave will fall away quietly, people who are meant to stay will begin to appear. The people who once admired your pain will now admire your healing. The very ones who mocked your hope will one day watch your harvest and know that something greater was always at work. Let that truth steady you. Do not, however, let this season make you proud. The power of what's coming is not for boasting. It is for assignment. God is not only restoring, He is positioning you so that what you carry becomes a gift to many. Your scars will become maps for those still lost. Your story will be a lighthouse for someone trying to find the shore. That is the true measure of restoration. Not how loud your victory is, but how many you can lead out of darkness because of what you overcame. Stay humble, stay teachable. Let grace keep you gentle even as you grow stronger. You may feel tempted to check on the one who hurt you, to scan their social feed, to ask mutual friends what they know. Do not do that. Curiosity is a trap when it comes to fresh wounds. Instead, put down the phone, bow your head and pray. Tell God you will trust His timing. Ask Him to show you only what you need to know when you need to know it. Protect your peace by guarding your inputs. The less you engage in drama now, the faster the harvest will come. Silence is sometimes the most powerful weapon in heaven's strategy. Also be alert for confirmations that come from unlikely places. A stranger may speak a word that lands like a trumpet. A forgotten letter may surface with truth inside. A late-night dream may bring clarity that your waking mind missed. Archangel Michael often works through small nudges as well as dramatic interventions. Pay attention to those nudges. They are the breadcrumbs that will lead you straight into your next season. And when confirmation comes, do not waste time asking whether it's real. Receive it, move on it. Your obedience opens doors faster than your fear can close them. Remember, justice is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet and precise. Sometimes it is a sliding door closing softly behind those who meant to harm, while another door opens wide for you. The courts of heaven operate with a wisdom that outshines human revenge. Let God be your justice and your joy. Let his quiet righteous movement be the answer to every whispered plan against you. Your rest is part of the victory. When you sleep, angels continue their work. When you walk, they clear the path. When you pray, the unseen armies line up to answer. This is not just comforting talk, it is real spiritual logistics. Prepare practical things too. Protect your valuables, keep records of strange conversations, and distance yourself from people who stir drama. Seek wise counsel when necessary, not gossip. If a relationship must end, let it end with dignity, not drama. Do not stay in a place that keeps you small for the sake of familiarity. God's protection often pairs with wise choices on your part. He surrounds you, but he also asks you to step away from dangerous doors. Move with both prayer and prudence. Most of all, keep loving. Not the naive love that walks back into danger, but the brave love that forgives without reopening the wound. Forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. You can forgive and still protect yourself. You can bless from a distance. You can pray for the one who did wrong while never letting them back into the place they once hurt you. That kind of love is holy and hard, and it is part of why heaven is trusting you with more. As the days unfold, you will see a pattern. Every attempt to take from you will become a reason to give to you. Every secret said against you will become proof that God had you hidden for a time so you could be perfected for something greater. Every sleepless night will be replaced by nights of restful dreaming where ideas and visions replace worry. Your voice will gain weight. Your presence will pull people toward healing. Doors you thought lost will reopen with blessings bigger than anything you imagined. This is the economy of heaven, exchange not equal return but multiplied increase. So stand now, breathe, feel the angelic shield around you like a garment. Know that you are not alone and you are not forgotten. The one who sought to end you has started watching instead. Let that be enough to steady your heart. Keep walking forward with gentle confidence. Continue to do good, to pray, to serve, and to expect. Your season is changing. The shift is real. The protection is active. And what was meant for your failure will become the stage for your victory. Hold fast to faith. Keep your hope alive. Let heaven finish its work. When the unveiling completes, you will not only be restored, you will be remade. And those who watched you struggle will become witnesses to the power of a God who never abandons his beloved. Go now in peace, covered and proclaimed. Your rise has already begun. Even the apology you thought would never come will arrive in ways you couldn't predict. God is softening hearts, rearranging timelines, and restoring the connections that were meant to remain sacred. And this isn't just about reconciliation, it's about balance. Even those who wronged you will find their own place in accountability, not to punish but to let the natural order of justice prevail. You will see clearly who was ever truly aligned with your destiny and who was only a passing shadow, a temporary obstacle meant to sharpen your spirit. Your spiritual senses, the intuition you doubted, will now awaken fully. You will recognize patterns instantly, discern motives without hesitation, and feel peace in knowing that what was intended to harm you will never touch your purpose. God says, I am raising a shield around my child. Every step they take is guided. Every breath they draw is protected. Let no fear deceive them, for I am their defender. And the same God who stopped the arrows in the night is now turning what was meant to harm into a platform for glory. Doors that seemed closed forever will swing open effortlessly. Opportunities that were delayed for mysterious reasons will appear in divine timing. Jobs, partnerships, friendships, love, recognition and favor, each will come in a flow so precise it will feel orchestrated by heaven itself. The delay you suffered was not neglect. It was refinement. It was preparation. God has been shaping your character, teaching your spirit patience, endurance and trust. And now the reward matches the effort, the tears, and the unshakable faith you carried silently in your heart. And as this unfolds, the people who doubted, who mocked, who whispered lies will witness your transformation firsthand. Their envy will not affect you because God's presence within you is louder than any accusation, brighter than any gossip, stronger than any hidden attack. You will move through life with unshakable dignity, not because you are untouchable in your own strength but because heaven walks with you. Every step is protected, every move guided. The invisible armies of angels are not just guarding you, they are opening pathways, clearing obstacles and preparing the way for blessings that were written before you drew your first breath. Expect sudden clarity in relationships, finances, and personal goals. Things that once seemed confusing will now make perfect sense. Conversations that felt stagnant will take a turn. Messages, calls or meetings will arrive like divine appointments. You will notice synchronicities, confirmations, and signs so consistent that your faith will no longer be tested in the same way. God says, "This is the season where my child walks visibly in my favor. Let no one mislead them again." And even as people around you scramble in confusion over your sudden rise, you will remain grounded, knowing that nothing on earth, no power, no person, no circumstance can undo what heaven has secured for you. Your heart will feel lighter. The old pain, the old betrayals, the nights of silent tears, they will no longer anchor you. Those memories will remain only as lessons, proof that you survived, proof that God's hand was always upon you. And the joy that comes next will be deep, unwavering and undeniable. It will not be fleeting. It will not depend on people who failed you before. It will be anchored in God's unwavering love and purpose. Every blessing, every favor, every divine encounter is being tailored specifically for you because your faithfulness has been noted in the heavenly records. And now, my beloved, prepare for the spiritual acceleration that's coming. Your gifts, your talents, your voice, they will be amplified. The doors that open will not just change your life, they will influence others. People you've never met will benefit from your rise. The prayers you whispered in silence, the acts of kindness you gave freely, the love you offered despite betrayal, all of it is multiplying in ways your mind cannot yet comprehend. God says, the investments of your spirit will now return with interest. The seeds you planted in faith, hope and mercy are blooming. Even the situations you once considered lost causes are now being turned around. Healing is occurring quietly in hearts, finances are aligning unexpectedly, and relationships that were fractured are seeing restoration in divine timing. And those who sought to harm you, manipulate you, or curse your name will stand and see the power of God move on your behalf. They will understand, though silently, that they underestimated the sovereignty of heaven and the value of your soul. Their confusion, envy, and anger will only highlight your victory. Finally, let this truth settle in your spirit: you are no longer in a season of waiting. You are in a season of manifesting. You are not a bystander in your life. You are the chosen vessel for divine favor. And as each day passes, the magnitude of God's plan for you will become more visible. You will awaken each morning with hope that is tangible, with courage that is unshakable, and with a vision so clear that no darkness can blur it. Your steps will be measured, your decisions guided, your spirit protected. And so, beloved, breathe deeply. Know that all that was meant to harm you has failed. All that was meant to stop you has been neutralized. And all that is coming is the reward for your faithfulness. Stand firm, move with confidence, and let God's promises unfold visibly in your life. Your restoration is not just a return, it is an upgrade, a divine elevation that cannot be contested. The peace, favor, and glory that await you are prepared by heaven itself, and no one can touch it. Your time has arrived. The chains are broken. The shadows have fled. And the light of God in you is rising higher than ever before. You weren't wrong to care. You weren't foolish to love deeply, to give fully, to trust even when the world whispered doubt. Every tear you shed, every night you spent awake questioning, every time you swallowed your pain so no one else would feel uncomfortable, God saw it all. Every moment of your silent endurance has been recorded in the heavens. And now those very moments are being transformed into your authority. Your past vigilance, your careful heart, your quiet prayers, they were never wasted. They were the scaffolding for the miracle that is being built around you right now. The heaviness you've carried, the anxiety that made your stomach twist at certain interactions, the fear that maybe you imagined it all, it wasn't imagination. It was a signal from God, a spiritual alarm that someone's intentions were not pure. That unease, that nervous hesitation, those moments of subtle dread, they were your soul speaking, trying to guide you through deception. And heaven has been listening. Archangel Michael has been observing every microsecond, standing with his sword drawn, waiting for the exact moment to cut through the darkness that tried to surround you. Tonight that sword is moving. Not in human sight, not in public confrontation, but in spiritual reality. Every plan made against you, every whispered word designed to manipulate your emotions, every attempt to erase your joy or steal your peace, they are dissolving. The chains that bound your spirit in secret are breaking. The ropes that were tightening around your future are being severed. And you will rise without having to fight, without needing to explain yourself, without proving your worth to those who never deserved to hold a place in your life. God says, this soul will no longer bow to deception. This heart will no longer kneel to betrayal. This spirit will walk free, fully armored in my protection. And it is happening now. The unseen realm has been activated for you. Angels have been assigned, paths have been cleared, destinies have been untangled from the snares of envy and malice. You will see the fruit of this intervention soon, not as a slow trickle but as a flood. Blessings, confirmations, restorations, they are coming all at once because heaven never does anything halfway when it comes to a child it has chosen. Remember the moments you doubted your worth. Remember the times you thought maybe kindness was your weakness. Those lies you told yourself are being erased. Your heart, your trust, your love, they are treasures. And God is returning them with interest. The people who try to deceive you, to manipulate your name, to turn your gifts into weapons against you, they are being exposed. Not by confrontation, not by gossip, not by revenge, but by the undeniable proof of your survival, by the testimony of your rising, by the manifestation of your favor in front of witnesses you will not even expect. The whisper of your spirit that said, "I feel something is wrong here," is now validated. The intuition you doubted, the gut feeling that told you to pause, the hesitancy that made you watch closely, they were heaven's guidance. And now that guidance is manifesting as protection, restoration, and elevation. Your life once entangled in manipulation is untangling. Your spirit once weary from fighting in silence is being renewed. Your eyes will see the truth clearly, without fog, without distortion, without the need to justify or question again. God says, you were never meant to carry burdens that were not yours. You were never meant to tolerate betrayal as your normal. You were never created for the approval of manipulators. You were created for my glory, for alignment, for destiny. And all that has tried to dim your light will be exposed as inconsequential before your rise. And that rise is imminent. You will walk into rooms, into opportunities, into revelations that will leave you speechless, not because the world is finally acknowledging you, but because heaven is finally manifesting what was always ordained. Every silent tear, every sleepless night, every time you swallowed your pain to protect someone else, they are being transformed into authority. Your name, once whispered with envy, is now destined to be spoken with respect. Your voice, once silenced by fear of conflict, is now empowered with discernment. Your steps, once tentative, are now guided by angels. Every shadow that tried to cross you is being turned into light, every plot into proof, every betrayal into testimony. You are no longer the person who was caught in the web of manipulation. You are no longer defined by what others thought or said about you. You are defined by God's own hand, by the anointing placed upon you, by the protection surrounding you. You are being lifted out of the past, out of the deception, out of the fear, and into the fullness of your destiny. The peace that seemed distant, the clarity that felt impossible, the confidence that was stolen, all are being restored. And as you step into this next chapter, know this: the very people who sought to harm you will watch as you thrive. They will see your joy, your freedom, your victories, and they will know beyond a shadow of doubt that nothing they tried could stop what heaven has ordained. God says, this is not revenge, this is restoration. This is not retaliation, this is revelation. And it is complete. Your future, your peace, your joy, your prosperity, they are no longer negotiable. Your life is sealed in divine protection, your path cleared by angels, your destiny aligned with heaven's will. Every manipulation, every false friendship, every whispered plan against you has been dismantled. Every shadow that tried to follow you into your future has been burned away by the light of heaven. You may feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of this shift, but breathe. Let it settle into your spirit. Let it become real. Let every cell in your body recognize that you are safe. You are protected. You are favored. You are seen. You are known. And nothing, not even those who once hurt you, can undo what God has spoken over your life. This is your divine season. Your restoration is complete. Your testimony is being written. Your blessing is unstoppable. And now, my beloved, rise. Rise in awareness. Rise in authority. Rise in divine freedom. Rise into the life that heaven has been preparing for you, unseen, unstoppable, and unshakable. And now, my beloved, understand this clearly: the air around you is shifting. The heaviness that weighed on your chest, the tension in your shoulders, the quiet fear in your mind, God is releasing all of it. Every ounce of doubt, every shadow of betrayal, every sting of disappointment is being lifted, because the enemy's plan was never stronger than your faith. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but the spirit world is in motion. Every prayer you whispered alone, every tear you shed in secret, every moment you chose patience over anger, they have built a fortress around your life that no human or spirit can breach. Michael stands, sword drawn, guarding your soul and declaring that nothing moves forward without divine permission. Remember this: those who thought they could weaken you by words, whispers, or hidden acts of malice, they are now under divine scrutiny. The secrets they carried, the lies they spun, the plans they crafted in darkness, they are all unraveling. Not because you sought revenge, but because God says justice must manifest. And your justice is not a reaction, it is a revelation. You will not have to fight for your vindication. You will not have to prove your innocence. Heaven will do it in ways that are unmistakable, undeniable, and irreversible. Every moment you felt unseen, every instance you thought the world ignored your pain, those moments were the quiet preparation for this moment of revelation. You, child of light, are entering a season where your spirit will move freely, unshackled by fear, untainted by betrayal, and untouched by manipulation. The very energy that was intended to harm you is now being repurposed to elevate you. Your next steps, your next words, your next decisions will carry a weight and clarity that only comes from one who has been tested and refined by fire. And those who tried to diminish you will have no choice but to witness the full scope of your rise. Your triumph will not be quiet. It will not be hidden. It will be impossible to ignore, and it will stand as a testimony to God's faithfulness and your endurance. So breathe, beloved. Stand firm. Keep your eyes on the horizon God has set before you. Rest in the knowledge that every dark whisper aimed at you has failed. Every secret plot is falling apart. Every curse is returning void. You are safe, protected, and divinely guided. Let your spirit expand into the fullness of what God has promised you. Let your heart open to the miracles that are aligning to your name. And as you move forward, know this: the enemy will try to watch, but he will not touch. The deceiver will try to whisper, but you will not bend. And the one who intended harm will only see the glory that God has prepared exclusively for you. Your time has come. Your chapter has begun. Your rise is unstoppable. Every prayer, every tear, every act of faith has led to this. Stand in it, believe in it, receive it fully. And never forget the victory was never yours alone to claim, it was God's from the start, and now it is manifesting in your life. Amen.